Welcome to Out of Bounds, and in this video, we travel across the wide-open lands of Xinjiang to one of China's most breathtaking alpine lakes, Lake Sayram, a vast sapphire gem surrounded by snow-dusted peaks and endless sky. Today's journey begins under starlight at Wulumuqi railway station. What time do you think it is? Well, it's actually well past 7:30 in the morning. But because all of China uses the standard time based on UTC +8, the local astronomical time here is about 2 hours behind the official Beijing time. A city of 4 million people and the capital of Xinjiang, Urumqi is located on the northern foothills of Tian Shan Mountains and has the distinction of being the world's most distant major city away from the sea. The current Wulumuqi Station underwent major renovations and became the large passenger hub we see today in 2016, together with the opening of Lanzhou-Xinjiang high-speed railway. We enter the station after a standard ticket check and security screening. The departure lobby upstairs is much less crowded at this early hour than when I last came here a few days ago. Today we'll be taking the C861 train, departing from Wulumuqi Station and bound for Bole Station. The train will travel mostly along the north side of Tian Shan, where glacier-fed farms and meadows glisten under the sun. We are scheduled to cover the 488-kilometer section in 4 hours and 16 minutes. Boarding began about 20 minutes before the indicated departure time. Another ticket check, then we go to platform 7 for our train. Just as we go down, another train is rolling out of the station on platform 6. This is the K570 service bound for Ebi Station in Sichuan province over 2,700 kilometers away. Our C861 train on platform 7 uses a CR200J train set. Its top speed is just 160 kilometers per hour, though it brings high-speed train interior and comfort to the conventional rail network. China Railway is increasingly replacing older classical trains with these on many routes. We are in Car 8 today, a first-class carriage. The interior has 2+2 seats, which grant a bit more arm space than the 3+2 arrangement in second-class cabins. The seats come with a fairly deep headrest, plus a soft pillow for added comfort. In the front, there is a small hook for personal items and a seatback pocket. Leg space is good, and there is a footrest. The tray table is tucked away on the side, similar to emergency row seats on airplanes. There is also a charging port between the seats. A first-class ticket costs 165 Chinese yuan, while a second-class ticket is 104 Chinese yuan. Are the amenities worth the price? Feel free to leave a comment below. In any case, the C861 departs Wulumuqi Station at 8:33 as the rising sun casts a gilded overlay on the city. The mountains you now see in the distance is Tian Shan, a massive mountain range stretching 2,500 kilometers from western China into Central Asia. As we're now extremely far away from the sea, the terrain exerts an overwhelming influence on local climate. The high peaks of the Tian Shan and other mountains catch moist air coming from the west, condensing them into rain and snow, feeding glaciers and rivers. On the other hand, much of the basins next to Tian Shan lie in its rain shadow, resulting in arid climates. Xinjiang is thus a land of contrasts, where alpine meadows and oases exist side by side to some of the driest deserts in Asia. Cotton is one of the most important crops of Xinjiang. Driven by large-scale mechanization, farms in Xinjiang harvested a record-breaking 6.17 million tons of cotton in 2025, accounting for over 92% of China's national total. We are now passing Manasi Station. Manasi County is home to over 190,000 people. We are passing a relatively agricultural area, but the county has a variety of terrain, from mountains to grassland to desert. Soon we slow down for a stop at Shihezi Station. With population of about 500,000, Shihezi is a regional industrial center, with energy and advanced material production being the main activities. Here, fields stretch wide with grain, cotton, and peppers ripening under the sun. Behind them, snow-capped peaks glow in the distance. The glacial water spills down and flows through the land, transforming dust into abundance. We're only a few minutes beyond the flat farms. Now, rolling hills stretch along the tracks. Shadows drift under the clouds, and resilient grass turn the ground into a moving canvas of muted golds and pale greens. We're now nearing the town of Kuytun. It is a key transportation node in the local rail network as tracks to Karamay, Altai, and Tarbakhatai in northern Xinjiang split off from here. The city's name comes from a Mongolian word meaning cold. Legend has it that when Genghis Khan stationed some of his troops in this area, the harsh winter left an unforgettable impression on the men, hence the name. Today, a city of about 230,000, Kuytun's economic activities include food processing and textiles, in addition to agriculture. Against the distant and layered silhouettes of Tian Shan, the train is now running next to the Lianyungang-Horgos Highway. Stretching nearly 4,400 kilometers, this Lianhuo Highway runs between China's east coast on the Yellow Sea all the way to its border with Kazakhstan, acting as a modern artery for transport and trade. The railway splits here at Jinghe Station. A southern branch runs through the Ili River Valley to the border crossing at Horgos and into Kazakhstan, while we go on the northern branch. Next to the tracks, desert poplar trees add patches of bright colors to the otherwise bleak landscape. These resilient poplars are said to last 3,000 years, living for 1,000 years before dying, then standing for 1,000 years before falling, finally 1,000 more years before rotting away. We are now nearing Ebi Lake, a large saltwater lake and the lowest point of the Drungar Basin in northern Xinjiang. Its surface area decreased significantly during the second half of 20th century due to water diversion for agricultural use. Although conservation efforts are currently underway, what we see out the window now is still largely a blinding salt flat, with just traces of the lake's remnant visible in the distance. The train is coming to a brief technical stop at Bole Station. The railway splits one final time here, with the main line continuing to Alashan Cove for border crossing into Kazakhstan. We will, however, do a large turn, then go on the spur line to the terminus Bole Station. At 12:47, we arrive into platform 1 of Bole Station 1 minute early, completing the 488-kilometer section in 4 hours 14 minutes. Bole Station is quite new, having just opened in 2019 as Boratala Station, then changed to its current name in 2021. We are not quite done with the trip though, as Bole Station is still 90 kilometers by road to Lake Sayram. Luckily, it is easy to find transport. Visitors can book a private car or hop on one of these sky blue shuttle buses to Lake Sayram's visitor center. I went for the bus, which costs 30 Chinese yuan. The bus does drive a bit slower than smaller cars though, so in hindsight I could probably have gone for a shared taxi to maximize time at the lake. Lake Sayram is located in the middle of Tian Shan Mountains, just 50 kilometers from the modern-day China-Kazakhstan border. Historically, the lake was a stopping point for merchants, herders, and armies along the northern route of the Silk Road. With an area of 460 square kilometers and an elevation of over 2,000 meters, it is the largest and highest alpine lake in Xinjiang. After about an hour and a half, the bus arrives at the visitor center, where you can get ticket for the shuttle buses. There are many of these buses going clockwise around the lake, and one ticket allows you to hop on and off throughout the day. We are standing near the Eurasian Pole of Inaccessibility, thousands of kilometers from the nearest world ocean. Yet the deep blue water and large waves here make me feel like I'm standing next to the sea itself. Indeed, Lake Sayram's water still carries the legacy of the ocean. The pristine water originates not from the relatively closer Arctic or Pacific Oceans, but actually from the Atlantic. Carried by westerly winds, moisture travels over 7,000 kilometers across Europe and the vast Eurasian heartland, becoming thinner with distance before finally depositing the last bits of precipitation on Tian Shan's snowy peaks. The glacial runoff then rests at Lake Sayram, an endorheic lake with no further outlet except evaporation. As such, this remote geological wonder is often poetically described as the last teardrop of the Atlantic. I am visiting the lake in early October. You can probably tell that the temperature is already dropping from the kind of coats and jackets you see. In addition to the perennially white peaks, some of the nearby slopes are also snow-covered by this time. One of the best places to experience this is Songshu-to, near the southernmost fringe of the lake. A boardwalk and a set of stairs cut through the snow and forest. With cold air in the face, visitors can ascend to the top and see the gentle curves of Guozigo Bridge as it winds through the mountains into Ili River Valley. Here, water and mountains breathe together, while visitors appreciate their beauty, elemental and timeless. I really hope you enjoyed this journey to the remote yet stunning Lake Sayram. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel and transit content. Have a great day and see you in the next one.